Hello, welcome back to another episode of Cloud Structure. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is regarding the storage configuration of disk. So my name is Amarnath Mishra and I warmly welcome all of you to our channel, that is Blue Crest College BCC Broadcast. See, today's topic is regarding the storage. We have two type of storage, that is the disk configuration. We create the configuration, that is basic disk and dynamic disk. In basic disk there are two configurations, that is primary partitions and extended partition. In primary partition we use to install the operating system, whereas the extended partition we keep for the data storage. The another configuration is basically dynamic disk. For basic disk configuration in cloud structure, first we will check the connectivity of the cloud system, that is node 1 and node 2. So we will ping here that node 1 and node 2. So ping space 10.0.0.1 and it is replying me, and we have the connectivity between the system, that is node 1 and the host where I am accessing from the remote location. So we'll check the connectivity of node 2 also. So ping node 2, that is 10.0.0.2, and it is replying. So we can see that both the nodes are connected and it is giving the connectivity and it is giving the reply. So now we will take the remote connection of node 2. So msc space /v clone 10.0.0.2, and it is asking for the credential. We will provide the credential and it is connected. So we can see that the node 2 is connected now, and this is the node 2, and you can see that it is connected very well and all the systems are over here, and you can see one of the cloud system is running. We will connect to this system and see, you can see that the system is already here and this system is connected and system is performing very well. So now we will see that for the disk configuration. So now for the disk configuration, we'll move to the disk management. So we'll go for start run disk mgmt dot msc. It will prompt me to the disk configuration tab, and we will take one disk so that we will configure here as a basic disk configuration, because there are two configurations are there. There are two configurations are here. One is called basic disk and second one is called dynamic disk. So we are going to configure the basic disk here. So we'll go to the action and then we'll go to create a virtual disk, so that we'll configure for the basic disk configuration. So we'll give 2 GB. So we'll select the disk for the location. We'll provide in the system drive disk 20. Disk 20 will save this and will provide 2 GB of the disk space, and will take as a VHD with dynamic configurations. So we can see that the disk is already here. We'll initialize the disk in the form of two features are there, that is one is MBR and second is GPT. We'll go to see in the MBR, because in MBR it will be the 4 primary partitions can be configured. So we have already configured this as a disk configuration. So now we'll configure this as a primary partition and extended partition. So you'll see here in the primary partitions we can see that there is a blank disk we can configure as a primary partition. So we'll configure with the right click. We'll go to the new simple volume. We have this welcome wizard for the creation of disk partition. So we'll go to the next. You can see here the size allocation is there. We'll provide one size of the 200 MB of disk size, drive allocation, and we'll configure it as a NTFS file system. We'll move to the next, and it has been configured as a NTFS file system, and we'll go to the next and we'll configure. Finally the disk drive has configured. So you can see that this is one primary partition has been already configured. So this is unallocated space and this is primary partition, and it is in the form of F drive. So we can see that in a F drive. Now we'll create another primary partition, because here we can create 3 primary partition and 1 extended drive. So we'll create another primary partition, which you can see that the welcome wizard has appeared for new partition creation wizard. We'll go to the next and we'll provide again 200 MB of primary disk partition we'll go to the next, and it is allocated with the G drive with the help of NTFS file allocation table of NTFS partition. We'll go to the next, and we'll finally finish the drive configuration. So we have created F drive, G drive. So this is also configured as a primary partition. You can see that both the partition is primary. Now there is another one primary partition we can create, because in that we will have three primary partition and one extended partition. So we'll create again one new primary partition. We'll go to right click, we'll go to new simple volume. You can see that welcome wizard has appeared for the new disk partition creation wizard. We'll go to next, we'll provide the disk space size, that is 200 MB, and we'll go to the next. Here again it will take as a H drive letter, and it will go to the next, and you can see that here it is taking as a NTFS file system. We'll leave as it is. We will go to the next, and finally we will hit the finish to complete the third primary partition. So we have got first primary partition, second primary partition, and third primary partition. Now we are going to create an extended partition. So you will see here. Now we'll go to right click, new simple volume. We'll go to the welcome wizard. So you can see that welcome wizard has appeared. For the creation of new partition, we can see that the welcome wizard has appeared. We'll go to the next now. You see, we'll provide the size of the disk size, partition size. We'll go to next. This is taken as a I. We'll go to next, and it is in the NTFS file system. We'll go to next, and finally we hit the finish button. So you can see that now it has created extended partition. This is my extended partition. Within that, this is the logical drive is there. So here you can see that primary partition 1, primary partition 2, primary partition 3, and this is your logical drive. So now we can create multiple number of logical drives. Now if we want to check with this system features, we can also check with the disk information. So now we will create another logical drive. So we'll right click in the free space, go to simple volume. We can see that a new welcome wizard has appeared. Now we'll go to the next. We can again provide the space, that is 200 MB, and we'll go to the next. So this time it is taking as a J drive. We'll go to next, and now you can see that it has taken as a NTFS file system. We'll hit the next button, and finally we'll finish the drive creation, that is the logical drive has created over here. So we have created two logical drive, three primary partition, and at the bottom you can see that this is unallocated space, primary partition, extended partition, and free space. This is logical drive. So logical drive is here and here. So if we want to check with the disk drive information, we can go to the system, and we can see that in the system that it will display over here. So we'll go to system, and it is displaying me. So we'll go to the system, and we can check this in the system over here. So you can see here lot of drive has been created. So F, G, H, I, and J. So these are the drives which is created as a primary partition, primary partition, primary partition, and these are logical drives, that is I and J. So now again we'll go back to the disk partition. We will create here as a mount drive. So we can create a folder in the drive, and we can mount a drive inside a drive. So now we are going to create a mount drive. So we'll go to free space, right click, we'll go to the new simple volume. A welcome wizard has appeared as a new partition creation wizard. We'll go to the next, we'll provide 200 MB, or let's say we will provide 400 MB, and we'll go to the next, and instead of providing the drive letter, we'll mount. So we'll select the mount the following empty NTFS folder. We'll browse now, we'll go to the drive, that is we'll go to H drive, and we'll create new folder, and we'll provide the name as a mount, and it will be displayed in the under the drive, that is in H drive. We'll go to next, and we'll format this as a NTFS file system. We'll move to the next, and finally we finish the drive. So you can see that 400 MB of new partition has been created as a logical drive, but it will be mounted in the H drive. So here we will see that this drive, that is the logical drive, will be mounted on the H drive. So we'll see that. So when we come to the system, if we go to the H drive, you can see that this mount folder is been appeared over here. So we can save our document over here. So we will create some document over here. We'll go to the next new, create bitmap image. We can create another document, that is text document. We can create new WinRAR document. So these are the documents are there. Now if you see in the mount, we have created that document and that is stored in the H drive, which is hidden. That drive is not displayed over here. So now we will again go to the disk partition and we can see that the disk is over here. Now if we remove this mount folder mistakenly or accidentally, if we delete this one, what will happen? So we can again, we'll see that how it is been recovered. So we'll delete this mount folder and you can see that it has removed. So now again we can mount this drive in another drive also. So we'll go to the disk partition, we'll mount, we'll right click on the disk drive, that is the logical drive. We'll go to change drive letter, we'll right click and go to change drive letter and path. We'll add the path, we'll mount folder that is in the another drive, that is browse it, and we'll go to the I folder, I drive, and we'll click OK. We'll create new folder and here we'll put a mount folder, mount 1, and we'll click hit OK. We'll see that it will be mounted in the new location. So again we will check this. We'll go to the I drive and you can see that mount has been created over here and we will recover all the data whatever we have provided in the mount drive. So I hope you have understand how to configure the basic disk and you have learned that how to configure the primary partition and extended partition. There are some more topics are there, like we will see in the upcoming videos, that is how to configure a dynamic disk, RAID configurations in the disk solutions, which is required by the cloud structure, which is very essential for the cloud computing. So if you want to learn more about the storage, data, configurations, domain structure, cloud computing, please visit to our college, that is Blue Crest College, 77 Wilkinson Road, Freetown. Thank you.